Right now, at this very moment, your life is being traded for something. The only question is, what is the price? Open your eyes, look at your hands. These are the tools you've been given. Now look inward. Do you feel that quiet, hollow space? That's where your potential is supposed to be shouting. Instead, it's whispering, fading with every safe choice you make. Marcus Aurelius, a man who held the world, wrote this stark reminder: you could depart this life at any second. He wasn't offering a morbid thought. He was handing you a lens to see your own existence clearly. Through it, you see the truth. You are not living years. You are spending days. And what are you buying with them? Most people purchase distraction, approval, and the empty comfort of someday. And they wake up a decade later, bankrupt of time, wondering where their life went. I'm here to tell you that ends now. Today, you get 10 unflinching Stoic laws. These are not gentle suggestions. They are the architectural plans for a life of strength. They will dismantle your excuses and rebuild your character from the ground up. Some will feel like a blow to the chest. Good. That's the feeling of illusion breaking. Your comfortable numbness is over. Say this with me out loud: I reclaim my time, starting now. Number 1, permission is a cage you built for yourself. The world will never grant you the rights to your own life. There is no ceremony, no diploma, no external sign that declares you ready or worthy. That magical moment you're picturing where the clouds part and a voice says, "Begin," is a fairy tale sold to keep you waiting. Epictetus, born a slave, knew authority is an illusion. He taught, if you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish. Let that sink in. The judgment you fear is actually the toll booth on the road to your freedom. You want to write. Someone will call it a hobby. You want to lead. Someone will call you arrogant. You seek peace. Someone will call you weak. And here is the liberating trap. They will critique you no matter what you do. So why are you letting ghost audiences direct your play? The Stoics trained in a mental drill called premeditatio malorum. They'd envision the worst-case scenario. Do it now. What's the absolute worst if you stop waiting? You embarrass yourself. You fall short. You hear a laugh. And then you survive. You learn. You continue. That worst is a paper tiger compared to the slow death of regret. Seneca put it perfectly. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Your fear of starting is a heavier burden than any stumble you might take. The you that you are meant to be is not waiting in a future where you have permission. It is buried under the rubble of what if they think. Start digging. Number 2, you are the primary source of your own suffering. This is a hard truth to hold, but you must grasp it. Most of the pain you carry wasn't sent to you. You manufactured it in the workshop of your own mind. Your circumstances are neutral ground. It is your judgments, your stories about what those circumstances mean that transform them into a prison. Epictetus gave us the core equation. People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. You didn't get the promotion, that's an event. The story you tell, I'm a failure, my career is over, they don't respect me. That is the source of your anguish. You are taking the raw clay of reality and sculpting it into a monster, then being terrified of your own creation. Look at your life with brutal honesty. That resentment you nurse, you choose to replay the tape every day. That anxiety about tomorrow, you are writing the horror script in your head. Marcus Aurelius commanded himself, if you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. You have the authority to revoke that judgment this instant, but we don't. Why? Because our suffering becomes a familiar identity. It's easier to be the tragic hero of our own story than to become the disciplined author of a new one. Starting today, when pain arises, ask this surgical question: what fact exists here and what story am I adding? Separate the event from the narrative. The event is what you manage. The narrative is what you master. Number 3, your pursuit of ease is a war against your greatness. Every single day, you face a silent critical vote: comfort or courage. The path of least resistance is a seductive liar. It promises peace but delivers stagnation. Your biology craves homeostasis, safety, predictability, calm, but your destiny lies in the opposite direction. Growth requires tension, friction, and the deliberate choice to do what is hard, not what is easy. Observe your routine: hitting snooze, choosing the familiar takeout, scrolling instead of creating, avoiding a crucial talk. These are not innocent choices. Each one is a brick in a wall that separates you from your potential. Seneca would intentionally practice poverty. He'd sleep on a hard bed, wear rough clothes, eat plain food. His question was, is this the condition that I feared? He was inoculating himself against fragility. By choosing voluntary hardship, he made involuntary hardship lose its fangs. What are you inoculating yourself against? You are building calluses on your soul by seeking only softness. The person you envision when you dream, the confident, capable, impactful individual, was not forged on a sofa. They were tempered in the fire of difficult things, done consistently. The modern world sells you comfort like a drug. It numbs you. The Stoics offer you the antidote: voluntary discomfort. Take the cold shower. Have the honest conversation. Write the first terrible page. Do the rep when you want to quit. You are not avoiding pain. You are trading temporary discomfort for permanent strength. Type in the comments, I choose the hard path. Number 4, your beliefs are sentences, not scripture. What you believe about your capabilities, your past, your worth, these are not engraved stone tablets delivered from a mountain. They are sentences you wrote probably in a moment of pain or fear and then memorized as truth. I'm not a leader. I'm unlucky in love. I procrastinate. I'm not disciplined. These are opinions masquerading as facts. Epictetus again with a laser insight. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Your reaction is born from your belief. Change the belief and you transform your entire reality. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to see through the drama of appearances: a fine meal, dead animal and plants, a purple robe, wool stained with shellfish blood. He was stripping away the judgment to see the thing itself. You must do this with your self-concept. The story, I am a failure, is just a judgment layered over a set of events. The fact may be, I have experienced 3 business setbacks. One interpretation imprisons you. Another, like, I am gathering critical data for my eventual success, liberates you. The events are the same. The life you live from them is utterly different. Your mind is a narrative engine. It cannot not create stories. Your Stoic duty is to become the editor of that narrative. Question every I am and I can't statement. Is it a fact, or is it a fiction you've gotten comfortable with? The power to rewrite your story is the power to redesign your life. Number 5, you are performing for a phantom jury. Exhaustion has a source. You are living 2 parallel lives, the one you experience and the one you curate for an imagined panel of judges, past critics, future admirers, social media ghosts. Every decision is filtered through. What will this look like? That filter is draining your soul's vitality. Marcus Aurelius, with the whole Roman Empire watching, still wrote, how much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks. He was battling the same disease of external validation. The truth is liberating. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you fear. They are in their own arena, battling their own imagined audiences. You are a side character in their story, as they are in yours. When you live for appearances, you betray your nature. Your true nature, your physis, knows what brings you meaning, but you silence it to win applause from strangers. Epictetus offered pure direction. If you wish to be a reader, read. If you wish to be a writer, write. He didn't say, be seen reading or be praised for writing. The action itself is the purpose. When you stop performing, some people will be confused. They liked the character you played. Let them be confused. Their comfort with your performance is not worth your authenticity. The freedom you will find, the energy that returns when you live for an audience of one, your own principled conscience, is the only freedom that matters. Number 6, death is not a threat. Ignoring it is. You are living with a dangerous assumption that you have time. This assumption steals urgency from your hours and courage from your heart. The Stoics practiced memento mori, the remembrance of death, not as a morbid fixation, but as the ultimate prioritization tool. Marcus Aurelius began his days with it. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Let that determine your actions. If you truly absorbed that this day, this conversation, this project could be your last meaningful act, what would you change? Petty grievances evaporate. Courageous conversations become necessary. Procrastination feels like theft from yourself. Seneca lamented not that life is short, but that we waste so much of it. Look at your last week. How many hours were exchanged for things that will not echo in a year? Death is not the enemy of life. It is life's essential editor. It cuts away the trivial by reminding you of the deadline. The tragedy is not dying. The tragedy is dying with the music still inside you, with love unexpressed, apologies withheld, adventures postponed. Your mortality is not a curse, it is the compass. When you feel lost, ask, if I had 1 year left, what would I do today? And then, with that fierce clarity, do that thing now. Not because you might die tomorrow, but because you are alive today. Claim this below. My time is my most sacred currency. Number 7, your feelings are not your commanders. Here is a declaration of personal power. I am not at the mercy of my emotions. What you feel is information, not a mandate. Anger, fear, anxiety, they are signals, not sentences. The common cry, I couldn't help how I felt, is a surrender of your greatest human faculty, your reasoned choice. Epictetus laid the foundation. It's not things that upset us, but our judgment about things. The emotion is the final step in a chain. Event, judgment, emotional reaction. You may not control the event, but the judgment and your response are your domain. The Stoic discipline of prosouche attention is about inserting a pause between the spark and the blaze. Someone insults you, the spark flies. In that pause, you ask, is this person's judgment true? Does this deserve my peace? What does my best self choose to do? Then you choose your response. You are no longer a puppet jerked by emotional strings. Seneca said the greatest remedy for anger is delay, not to bottle it, but to create space for wisdom to enter. This is not suppression, it is sovereignty. You can feel the tremor of fear in your chest and still step onto the stage. You can feel the heat of anger in your veins and still speak with measured clarity. This is strength. This is the practice of a warrior philosopher. Starting now, when an intense emotion rises, label it. This is anger. This is panic. By naming it, you create distance. You see it as a weather pattern in your mind, not the entire sky. And you, the conscious being, decide how to navigate it. Number 8, your peace is lost in battles you cannot win. Your energy is finite, and right now you are draining it in a futile war. the war to control the uncontrollable. You are trying to command other people's opinions, the flow of global events, the past, and an uncertain future. This is a recipe for exhaustion and despair. The Stoic dichotomy of control is your liberation map. As Epictetus taught, some things are up to us. Our judgments, our desires, our actions, and some things are not up to us. Our reputation, the weather, the actions of others. Your entire mission for tranquility is to focus relentlessly on the first category and release your grip on the second. You cannot control the stock market. You can control your spending and your skills. You cannot control a loved one's choices. You can control your compassion and your boundaries. You cannot control the criticism that comes your way. You can control whether it aligns with your values and merits a change. Marcus Aurelius accepted this daily, ruling an empire amid chaos. Accept the things to which fate binds you. This is not passivity, it is strategic energy allocation. The person who accepts the rain doesn't stand there raging at the clouds. They open an umbrella or dance in the puddles. Your power does not lie in commanding the universe. It lies in mastering your response to it. Every time you feel frustration, ask the sorting question, is this within my control? If not, your only task is acceptance. If it is, your task is focused action. This simple filter will give you back hours of life. Number 9, your safe space is a shrinking room. What you call your comfort zone is not a cozy sanctuary. It is a cell with walls that close in every time you retreat. Each time you avoid a difficult social interaction, the walls tighten. Each time you abandon a challenging project, the ceiling lowers. You are not preserving safety. You are constructing a prison of your own making. The Stoics advocated for voluntary hardship, not because life isn't hard enough, but to build an immune system for the soul. Seneca would deliberately expose himself to discomfort to ask, is this what I used to dread? He was proving to himself that he could endure far more than his fears claimed. Your modern life is engineered to eliminate all friction, and in doing so, it has made you fragile. The slightest inconvenience, the mildest criticism, the smallest risk feels catastrophic. You must reintroduce constructive friction. Do the thing that makes your heart pound. Initiate the talk you've been avoiding. Lift the weight that feels heavy. Submit the application that feels like a reach. This is not masochism, this is training. Life will throw involuntary hardship at you, loss, rejection, illness. By choosing voluntary challenges, you build the mental and emotional muscle to meet those blows, not as a victim, but as a resilient practitioner. Your comfort zone is where dreams go to be forgotten. Your growth lives in the fertile wild land just beyond its border. Step into it. Number 10. You worship motivation, but discipline is your true God. You are waiting for a feeling. You believe that to act, you must first feel inspired, feel motivated, feel confident. This is the great lie that has stolen more potential than any failure. Motivation is a fickle guest. Discipline is the permanent resident you must cultivate. Marcus Aurelius didn't feel like governing a fractious empire each dawn. He reminded himself of his duty. I arose to do the work of a human being. He showed up. The Stoics knew that character is not built on waves of inspiration, but on the bedrock of daily practice. You don't feel your way into right action. You act your way into right feeling. Epictetus instructed, first tell yourself what kind of person you want to be, then do what you have to do. The identity comes first. I am a writer means you write, especially when you don't want to. I am healthy means you move, especially when you're tired. Discipline is the bridge between the person you are and the person you declare yourself to be. Seneca saw the waste. While we are postponing, life speeds by. You are postponing, waiting for the mystical click of readiness. It will not come. The click is the sound of you starting, despite the fear. The disciplined person has no more motivation than you. They have simply decoupled action from fleeting emotion. They have made a promise to their future self, and they keep it daily. This is how legends are built, not in a blaze of passion, but in the quiet, stubborn accumulation of showing up. Type now, my discipline is non-negotiable. You have been given 10 laws. They are not for decoration. They are for implementation. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, "No more talk about what a good man is like. Be one." The talking is over. The analysis is complete. You stand at the fork. One path leads back to the familiar numbness, the slow trade of your days for distraction. The other path leads into the friction, the struggle, and the profound satisfaction of a life lived on purpose. The Stoics wrote not for statues, but for souls in battle, souls like yours. They offered a philosophy of fire, not a pillow. Your next move is everything. It must be an action. In the next hour, choose one of these rules, the one that bit deepest, and do one tangible thing in its spirit, not tomorrow, in the next 60 minutes. If this resonated, if you felt that stir of defiance against a wasted life, then hit the like button right now. It tells the algorithm to bring this to others who need to wake up. Subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. This is not the end of your education. It is the first day of your application. The life you've been postponing is waiting. Begin it. Seal your commitment below. My new life begins today.